Okay, YouTube. As you can read in the description, this is a review, my review of the Retevis RT95. I really bashed this radio hard when I first got it, and maybe I shouldn't have. I mean, it is not the best radio I've ever seen, by far. It had some flaws when I got it. I got the radio and had to fix two of the main situations that I was having with it. Um, excuse me. And yeah, it's not been by far the greatest radio, but considering where it was made and how cheaply and poorly they are as far as quality control. After fixing the few issues, I will tell you now, it has been decent. Uh, for what it's worth. Let me turn this Yazoo down. But at any rate, my issue that I had with the radio was. Okay, let me shut that down a minute. But at any rate, yeah, two of the main issues that I had with it was the voltage was reading 12.4, and as you can see, it is now reading its 13.8, which is the correct voltage. 12.4, and I will explain to you. I have used a multimeter to check the leads on my power supply to make sure what they're registering, which the power supply, let me move this out of the way, is a Astron RM35M, and as you can see, it's almost 14, which is perfect. The Yazoo, whenever I shut it off and turn it back on, comes up 13.8 volts. This was reading 12.4 volts, okay? So that I knew was incorrect. It was not the right reading. Furthermore, the screen, like I said, as soon as I got the radio, I didn't even have it maybe an hour and a half. Go up, left it scanning, got a bite to eat, come back, and the screen was solid white. I had to unplug it, plug it back in, screen came back on, and a few hours later, solid white again. So, got a hold of the manufacturer. The manufacturer gave me a hard time, wanting me to send it back to wherever, I think someplace in China, and pay for the shipping after. And I don't think that's fair. For the simple fact that I purchased it, I paid for shipping. All I wanted was the radio replaced with one because it's brand new that I didn't have to work on, that could be reliable and was not defective in any way. But they gave me a big runaround on that, and I wasn't doing all that. Whenever I knew, I did a little research, and the screens on these is mostly caused by a ribbon that is either loose or what have you, dirty. So I took it apart, I cleaned the ribbon, I reseated it, put it back together, and my voltage was still reading low. So I said, well, what could this be? I took it apart, and I snugged all the screws on the motherboard up, and on the back antenna connector, every screw in the radio that I can find, I snugged them up, not over tighten, just snugged them all up because they were all loose, mind you, very loose, and turned the radio back on, and now I'm getting my proper voltage, and the screen has not went white. I have not had to unplug the radio for anything, and it has been running now non-stop for the last week, just scanning and running. So I mean, I cannot bash the radio because whenever you get it running and working good, it does work good. I've got good reports. I've talked on it for a good long time and have had no problems with it. But if you were just buying this radio and you're having the same issues I'm having, I would strongly suggest doing, the steps I did to fix this because it really has helped. Snug all the screws up on the motherboard, take it apart carefully, clean the display ribbon, the contact points on it. I used an electrical cleaner, very lightly cleaned them, put it back on, reseated it, put it all back together, and it's worked great. It's actually a great radio. I'm not going to go into the functions, but it's got a great display. The sound is nowhere near the sound that the Yazoos have. It's a lot tingy or cheaper sound or what have you. But it is a very good, decent radio. I've had no issues with it after the fact. But, I mean, once again, the manufacturer should have and could have, replaced the radio, and, on their dime. I shouldn't have had to pay for shipping or any of that stuff, to send the radio back, with proof of purchase and all that. But I wasn't going to go through that. I figured I'd just fix it myself and take it as a lesson learned. I mean, you get what you pay for here. So, I mean, that's from now on, this will be my last cheaper made, and yeah, I'll say it, Chinese radio, because just poor quality control, or and you buy something like that, which has been running for, oh God, I don't know, since '05, so, and no issues whatsoever. That's a Yaesu FT7800R, and you buy that and it doesn't even last 2 hours. So, I mean, it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe, click the like button, whatever, and let me know if you want me to do future reviews on things. Alright, thank you.